All right. Hello there. Let me turn off this. Okay. Hi. Welcome. And I hope everyone's doing well. Today on this video, I'm going to be talking about what to do on gigs. Now, I know most of you guys already sort of know kind of what's going on. Some of this is pretty common sense. I guess this is mostly for people who are just starting to get their feet wet in playing gigs. And some of this is a good reminder for all of us. So just some tips on professionalism and just maintaining a good vibe to, have a successful gig. And so what I've thought about here is 10 things that might be beneficial for you guys. Okay. So I'm going to play a little bit of my new album as background music here. Okay. Turn this down. Thanks for bearing with me here. Okay. All right. Number one. Turn this down some. Okay. Number one, very important. Have your music prepared beforehand. Be mentally prepared. Wow, that's a little louder. Still too loud. Yeah, that's good. Have your music prepared. I think that's common sense. We don't want to be walking on a stage or going in a gig totally unprepared. Now, are there going to be some gigs where we don't know what's going on? Sure. Okay, and we probably won't be in that situation if we're not ready to be in that situation. For example, most conventional gigs, you're going to know what your set list is, you're going to know what songs you're playing, and you're going to want to practice everything and be comfortable so that you feel confident on stage playing the music for all the beautiful people. Now, what I meant by situations where you don't know what's going on exactly, well, I'll give you an example. I've got a gig coming up, a place where I play quite frequently, and it's very lucky, and I'm very honored to play this gig. It's Tony's Steaks and Seafood in Lexington, downtown, right across from Rupp Arena where the Cats play. And that's a gig where we don't have set lists, okay? We never know what we're going to play until we're on the bandstand and we decide right then and there. And we do a wide variety of tunes too. We do everything from Coltrane to Pink Floyd to Tom Petty, all kinds of stuff. And you probably are not going to be in that situation until you're comfortable in that situation. And even then, we sort of know kind of what kind of songs we're going to be playing. And even if we don't know the song, and let's say Paul, tremendous drummer, or Raleigh, the pianist, they might call a tune that I don't know. And I'm playing bass, by the way. And they are going to call tunes that they know, they sort of know, we've built up enough rapport together that they know my reading level, they know my improvisational confidence, and they know my listening skills. So they're not going to call some tune that, requires, immense, immaculate reading skills, because they know that I'm not there. But they know that I have medium to, about medium reading skills, so they feel comfortable calling tunes that they know. If I don't know, that I can look at the lead sheet, and they have that trust that I can get through the tune. Now that's not I wouldn't call that a conventional situation. That's sort of a unique situation, because most gigs you're gonna know what songs you're playing beforehand. So always be prepared before you step on stage. I think that is pretty common sense. Okay, number 2, know your rig. Know your rig. And what I mean by that is you shouldn't be on stage and then you can't control your sound. Maybe your amp just, or whatever your rig is, you're not able to get the sound out of it that you want to get out of it, during the show. And that just takes your head out of the game, You're messing with gear on stage in the middle of the show. We don't want that to happen. We want to mess around and experiment with our rig beforehand during our practice sessions, to where we know how to use our own gear. And when we're on stage, we can focus on the music. Okay. Number 3, listen to the other players. Now that's probably, that should probably be the most important thing on this list. Listen to other players. Now that basically means you're listening to the other players more than you're listening to yourself. That's something we all sort of know. It's easier said than done. I think we all have times where we can tend to want to hear ourselves, and then we start tuning out of the whole sound of the band. And that's really what we want to be a part of. Like we want to be a literal part of the band. It's the band's sound that we're all going to experience, not any one individual, because we're all on a team. So listen to your other players. Listening. And every time I personally am confident that, hey, I'm a good listener. I've been doing this a long time. I can hear I'm picking up what everybody's putting down here. That's when I know I need to really be cautious, because I might be missing something. I might not be hearing something. In other words, we never stop growing our listening skills. So I can't stress that enough to you guys, how much listening is so important. It's vitally, crucially important, probably the most important thing if I'm being real. So listen to your other players. That informs you of what to play. Even if you've rehearsed all the parts and you're playing a style of show that feels like a recital, where there's not as much improvisatory material, even still you want to be ready for anything that could come up on stage. And that's pretty much going to be a part of your overall musicianship, is your ability to react in the moment, make things work if things go a way that wasn't expected. Um, so that all happens, that informs you when you're listening. If you're not listening to your other players, then you know that's a fundamental skill that you should really consider taking some time to work on. Okay, that was number 3. Listen to your other players. Okay, number 4, what to do on the gig. Hang out with your audience members. Hang out with your audience members. Now, obviously, when you're playing the music on the stage, that's not what I mean. What I mean is when the gig is over, or perhaps during a set break, or, times when you're not playing the songs on the stage during the show, you should be hanging out with your audience members. I don't expect everybody to go around to, spend time talking with everyone. That's not exactly what I mean either. The people that you are hanging out talking with, you want to really give them your full attention. And what you realize is that we're all audience members. You want to eliminate that line between, okay, I'm an artist and this is the audience. What you're not realizing is that everyone is an artist. Everyone is an audience member, and we're all making the music together. If they're listening to you play the music, well, you're listening to the music, they're listening to the music, we're all putting our good energy into the music. Okay, in other words, we're all involved, we're all in the band. And so you need to make sure that you're hanging out with them and letting them know that you appreciate them, and form genuine friendships with everybody, because that's what it's all about, really. And if you're missing that step, you're not making a bridge between those concepts of I'm the musician and you're the audience. Well, you are the audience as a musician, you just have an instrument. Okay, you're in you might be in a more leadership role in the music, having an instrument, making playing the instruments and making the music happen. But by hanging out with the audience members, you're letting them know that, hey, like, we're all equal, we're on equal footing here, we're all, I appreciate you guys. Sometimes they want to take a photo of you. Sometimes they want you to sign something for them. Maybe they bought your CD and they want you to sign it. It's not weird, okay? You guys might not be as, maybe you are, maybe you're not. Maybe there's nothing. Maybe this is just an imagination idea. I had a guy, don't do what I did, because a long time ago I was playing in St. Louis with some buddies. Basically, somebody came up to me, and this was a long time ago. I was not as experienced. And a guy bought a poster at the merch table, and he asked me to sign it. I'm thinking, well, I'm not John Mayer, I'm not Bruno Mars, I'm just a guy, why do you want me to sign this? I'm here, I have trouble remembering what the chord changes are of the songs, and, I have no business signing this is crazy. And I was missing the point. That was ego, basically. In reality, you just gotta chill out, sign it, because that means a lot to some people. It means a lot to me when I want something to sign, somebody to sign something. So it's not a big deal. Just sign it. Just take that photograph and be grateful for the situation. that's part of the gig, you know, and it's not a big deal at all. So hang out with your audience members. They're beautiful people. We're all in this together. We all make music, and we all are an artist to some capacity. Okay, so that's pretty simple. Okay, that was number 4. And number 5, dress appropriately. Okay, now, this is up to you guys to determine what is appropriate. Okay? There's no rules. There's no one rule for this. When I play at Tony's, I'm expected to dress nice. Now, nice basically means nice pants, nice shoes, shirt with a button-up shirt, collar, and maybe a jacket. I've dressed in a suit before for that, suit and tie. A lot of you guys love Joe Bonamassa. I love him too. He's rad. Okay, he dresses very nicely in general, but you know, of course, sometimes he wears casual clothes too. So he kind of, and that's what kind of I like to do, is I like to be put together for the gig. If I'm playing at Tony's, it's a nice joint. You have to sort of determine these things for yourself. Maybe you guys play in a punk rock band, and dressing in a suit and tie may not be appropriate, you know? I've played gigs before where there was one gig at the Manchester Hotel, and I'm not going to mention names or anything like that, but a situation, and you guys take this and learn from it. Don't copy what I did. Basically, my friend was like, hey man, like, there's this gig, and you know, it pays this, and we played jazz, and I said, great. And he said, well, before you say yes to this, just know that there's like these suspenders that they like us to wear. And I'm like, okay. And we wore this, they had this I showed up, and this dude hands me a brown paper bag with these suspenders in it, and he's like, yeah, here's your suspenders. Kind of a bizarre situation. And I just said, okay, I'm gonna put these suspenders on. So we're all basically wearing these suspenders, playing the gig, and I felt absolutely ridiculous and it was my pride. I'm thinking, hey, I'm an artist. I'm not a fashion model. I don't give a crap about some suspenders, you know, this is crazy. The long story short is I quit playing that gig because I don't like having to wear some costume for making art, you know, musical art. And you guys, that wasn't a big deal, basically. So don't copy my thing. Just dress for the gig. If they want you to wear some suspenders, you know, just wear them. That's all there is to it. If you don't like playing that kind of a gig, then don't play that kind of a gig, you know? Just dress appropriate for the gig. Another story, if you're playing a restaurant like Tony's, don't wear a shirt that says, you know, the logo of a rival restaurant or something like that. Okay, that makes no sense whatsoever. I've never done that, but that has happened before. I've witnessed this. So just be cool. Wear what needs to be worn on the gig, and You know, a lot of times if it's a rock band or that kind of style, then you can pretty much wear whatever you want. If it's a nice gig, dress nice. So, okay, that was number 5. Number 6, respect the audience. Respect the audience. Okay, this is one that I'm very passionate about, because the audience gives you the opportunity to play music. The audience is there to support you. The audience is in the band. Okay? Don't be half butting it, if you know what I'm saying. Go put your best effort forth on stage. That's respecting the audience. And going back to hang out with the audience in number 4, I mean, make sure that they know that you're grateful for them. Be authentic, okay? Don't just be going around jive talking people. Y'all know what I'm saying. Just be real, be humble, be cool. Respect the audience. Okay. Let's see, where are we at here? Dress appropriately was number 5. Respect the audience was number 6. Number 7, treat your sound person with kindness. Okay? Make sure you thank the sound person every time. Make sure you pay the sound person what is appropriate for them to be paid. You don't need to be, if the sound doesn't go as planned, you don't need to be throwing shade at the sound person, okay? It may or may not be their responsibility for something going awry, okay? A lot of the shows that you guys are going to be playing they have technology. They have electricity powered stuff, okay? We all know that. It's not necessarily one person's fault if something goes wrong. Most sound people that are professional are very good, very talented, and very knowledgeable. So however the show goes, make sure that you treat them with kindness and respect, and get to know them. Who knows? Some sound people y'all know regular, they do sound at lots of shows. Maybe you don't know them, and it's just a good thing to connect with them, because they may be doing future shows for you, and they might want to learn the kind of sound that you like, the kind of sound that your band, that's required for your band. I think that's pretty common sense. We all know that. So just a good reminder to thank your sound person at every show you play. And I think that's all that needs to be said on that one. And that leads us to number 8. Bring extra supplies, guys. Bring extra supplies. If you know you're going to need 1/4-inch cables, bring a couple extra, okay? And it goes with know your rig, because test out your cables, okay? There's nothing more of a drag, okay, than if you're playing acoustic and you have if you have a sort of a preamp or a microphone built into your acoustic instrument to plug in. Make sure your battery is charged, that it has batteries. Bring extra batteries, okay? Maybe you have a tuner that requires batteries. Bring extra batteries for that. Extra cables. bring some of you guys. We'll bring an extra guitar automatically. Look, I like to have an extra guitar because what if your strings break, and bring extra strings? Okay, bring extra supplies. We all know strings break. Okay, now it does to me interrupt the flow of the show if I have to change strings on an instrument in the midway through the show. That's why I like to have an extra guitar. A lot of you guys have other tunings, so you have an extra guitar anyways, ready to go for those songs in different tunings. But yeah, basically bring extra supplies. There have been times when a bandmate had a cable that shorted out. I had an extra cable for them. Sometimes a bandmate forgets their guitar strap, or maybe even their amp is not working, and it's beneficial to have an extra amp for them to use. That's happened a few times before. So bring extra supplies. Very simple, easy to forget. Guys, I bring I pack a pair of fingernail clippers because sometimes I forget to clip my fingernails. You don't want those nails to be too long. When they're impeding the vibration of your strings on your instrument, or they get in the way of when you're playing your keys or whatever instrument you play. You pretty much want to have short fingernails, so I always bring a pair of fingernail clippers. Whatever, just make sure you're over prepared, okay? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we're on number 9. Okay. Encourage the other acts. It's very common for shows to go like you're opening for somebody or somebody's opening for you. Okay, this is one that really needs to be said. It's not so much common sense, because basically if you open for somebody, you should listen to the person you're opening for and be part of their audience. When you get done opening with your set, you should introduce the next band and thank them. Thank the next band. If somebody opened for you, thank them for opening for you. Listen to their set if you can. And just listen to other bands. Be grateful for other bands. That's one we also all know, but sometimes we forget because there's a lot going on at shows. And it's just really important. It's just very respectful of the other artists to introduce them and thank them and kind of hype them up as well. And an example of that we've all witnessed this. We all know this. And a good example is when I saw Steely Dan and Snarky Puppy was opening up for them. And Snarky Puppy, if y'all don't already know, they're absolutely insane. So their show was phenomenal. Shout out to Mike League for being brilliant and hardworking and an inspiration. Their show was incredible. He was so humble and so cool at the end. They just threw down. And then at the end of all that just absolutely slaying face, Mike was so humble and so kind and so cool. I mean, you could just feel his energy on the stage, just being a class act, introducing Steely Dan. And it was just a good example of how an opening act should behave, you know. It made for the flow of the show to go even better. He brought the level up, you know. He enhanced Steely Dan's performance by his good energy, if you will. So encourage the other acts involved in the show and just be gracious and kind about that. So easily to be forgotten, but don't forget. Don't forget that one. And okay, so that's 9. Number 10 things to do to have a good show. Bring your best energy. Don't halfway do it. Be all the way present. Be all the way humble. Be all the way cool. You know, bring that good energy to the stage. You're trying to serve this music. You're trying to serve these people. Okay? You're not in a position that is weird. Okay? You're not in a weird position. You're in a humble, kind, and compassionate position. Look, it is a blessing to play music. It is an honor to play music, and music is a sacred and special kind of gift that we're all sharing here. And that's the kind of energy you want to bring, and put forth your best effort. Your best effort. I guess that's kind of subjective. That's one that's kind of like, what? But I think you guys know what I'm saying. Bring your best energy. Put love into the music. Bless the audience. Bless yourself. Bless the sound person. Bless the bandmates, you know? And that's a really important, that's a powerful one. That one goes a long way. So, just to recap, we have what to do to have a good gig. Number 1, have the music prepared beforehand. Be mentally prepared. Number 2, know your rig. Don't be on stage trying to figure out your rig, okay? That's to be done at home, all right? Number 3, listen to the other players be more than you listen to yourself. Now we have some Sting. Number 4, hang out with your audience members. Number 5, dress appropriately. Number 6, respect the audience. Number 7, thank your sound person. Number 8, bring extra supplies. Number 9, encourage the other acts involved in the show. And then finally, number 10, bring your best energy. Okay? So that's about all I got for you guys right now. 10 things to do to have a great gig. And I know all of you are going to have immensely great gigs, wonderful gigs. I think the best gigs have yet to come. And I wish all of you the best success in playing your shows, playing your gigs. Whether you've got a sold out show, whether you are playing in the corner at the restaurant, or maybe you're maybe you haven't played gigs yet and this is new information to you. all of it is one. All right, one love, baby. It's all the same. It's all good. Do your best, whatever level you're playing at, and just be grateful to make music, and know that if just playing it is worth it. And I wish you guys the best of luck, and let me know how it's going. So I hope that this has been beneficial, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. All right, I'm gonna go now. Goodbye, you guys. One love.